Okay, hi guys, Paul from BabelTEQ again. I wanted to make a quick video for you because somebody was asking me today how they can make some changes to their site, and I thought it's a good opportunity for me to make this video and maybe explain some things that I've wanted to for a while. And this is concerning how to work with rows, columns, and modules. So I think that when you're using the page builder, if you understand how to work with rows, columns, and modules, really it makes everything pretty simple from that point. So I have mentioned this in some other videos, I think, but I wanted to just focus in on how to work with those things. So, okay, let me share my screen. All right, so let's say I'm on my demo site here. And what I want to do is, you can see here my my testimonials. I've got a couple of testimonials here in a testimonial slider. You will have this as well, of course. So now I'm on the lesson booking page. You'll notice that on the email squeeze page, we don't have those testimonials from default, and I mean that's just a design decision to just keep the page simple. But you could make a good argument about the case for putting testimonials on there. So I think that's fine. That's a decision that you can make. So what's the easiest way of putting this row onto this page? Well, let's go back. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I want to save this row. So if I activate the page editor, and I'll just scroll down here. Okay, so first of all, what you'll notice is that there is a blue outline here and some blue icons, I guess you'd call them, in the top left corner. And so these are the controls for the module. So if I click right here, okay, you can see this is the advanced editor modules testimonials. So this controls the operation of the module itself. But if you look outside of that, nested around it is this black line. Okay, it changes to blue when I move my cursor, but the black line, or black or gray actually, with the gray icons. So these are the controls for your row. So what I want to do is save this row, because then we're going to use it on a different page. So if I come over here, if I click on that spanner, I guess some people call it a wrench, but if you click on that thing, it'll bring up these row settings. And you'll notice down the bottom here, we've got save, but also save as. And what we want is save as. So I'm going to save as, and let's give it a name. Let's call it testimonials. Testimonials row. I might give it a date as well, just so I know when I did this, and save that. Okay, so, and let's hit done. And we didn't really make any changes to the page. We just saved the row. So I think it's safe to just discard. Doesn't really matter. Now, what I want to do is come over to the page which has my free ebook. This is the send me the PDF, this one. And I want to add in those testimonials down the bottom of the page here. So let's hit the page editor. Okay, and I think I want to put them, I think I want to put them actually just in here, just above the bio stuff. So what I'm going to do is if I click on that plus again, and then look in saved, and you can see here that it's under saved rows. So this testimonials row, 14th of September, that's the one that we just made. So all I need to do is grab that and drag it out here. So you'll see that it's highlighting that whole the whole width of the page, which means that it recognizes that this is going to be a new row. If I drop that in there, and there we are. So I've just moved my testimonials onto this page. So let's hit done, and let's hit publish. I'll refresh the page. Right, so now I've got my testimonials in there. That's simple. And this can be a really useful thing if you're making changes and you're not really sure that, well, you're not really sure whether you want to reverse those changes later. Like if you're making some updates, it's not a bad idea to save the row first and then go in and edit your row. And then if you don't like, the result, you can always just delete that row and then drag back out the original row. So that's always a good work practice to get into. So just like we saved the row there, we can also save modules. So if I go to let's see, okay, well, let me activate this again. Let's say I want to save this module. So this is a call to action module. Okay, so it's got the would you like to study now? It's got a H3 heading tag. It's got some description there, and it's got a button. Send me the PDF. So maybe I want to save this module because I'm going to use the module somewhere else on the site, not necessarily the whole row, maybe just this module. So I can do the same thing, save as, right? Let's call it, let's call it PDF action module, September. Save that. And so now if I click up here, click on saved, where are we? Yeah, so it's got my, under my saved modules now, it's got PDF call to action module 14th of September. So I could use that on another page if I wanted to, or even the same page. Now, what about columns? So we've looked at rows, we've looked at modules. What about columns? Well, if I click on, here we are in this bio section here. If I click on here, column settings, and you can see we've got the same thing. We can save the column. Let's call this me column. So if I save that, let's take a look under saved. Yeah, so it's there under the saved columns about me. So I think that's a useful feature to know about. Let me just refresh the page here. Now, something else we can do is duplicate. So we can duplicate columns, we can duplicate modules, we can duplicate rows. So let's say, for example, here in the bio section on this page, the ebook page, I don't have my photo. Let's say I wanted to add my photo in here. So how would I do that? Well, let's activate the page editor. So what I would like to do is create an extra column in here. So what I'll do is if I click on edit, and you can see this one, duplicate column. Okay, so now I've now created an additional column, and you can see that they're all the same width. So that's good for design purposes. So I can even get rid of this module. And I can even get rid of this one, I think. And you'll see that I'm still left with like an empty column container. So just to repeat what I did there, I duplicated the column, which duplicates everything there, and then I went through and I removed those modules from within the column. So I'm left with an empty column. And so what I would like to do is maybe add this photo module. And so I'm going to select from my media library. My photo there. Yep. Now I could leave it as a square. I don't really like the square though. I prefer a circle. Okay. Maybe I might want to make that just a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's probably right. Maybe I want to put a little bit of a drop shadow behind it. Does that look with a white drop shadow? I wonder if that's going to work. Okay, I probably have to give some values here. Yeah, I don't like that so much. Yeah, no, I don't think we'll do that. Let's revert those values. What I think we'll do instead is maybe give this an animation effect. So this is another feature that I'd like to explain. So for most of these modules, if you go under the advanced tab here over on the far right, you'll see that there's a tab in here for animation. So I wouldn't go overboard with this, but sometimes it's a nice touch to your page if you have a little bit of animation on some of the elements. So let's call this fade in, for example. So you can see there, that's a fade in effect. We can set a duration for the fade. You can have a delay, so it doesn't happen immediately. Maybe, it kicks in after a couple of seconds. We could try something different. Fade up, it's that kind of effect. Fade down, so fade left, and so on. Zoom in. Okay, yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah, so you can try all these others. Bounce. Okay, don't like that one so much. Rotate in. Okay, now I think we're getting a bit carried away. So let's just keep it at the fade in, I think. Yeah. So let's save that. So that's another feature that's worth knowing about too. The fact that you can add some subtle animations to your page modules. So whether that be text or image, It just kind of makes your pages a little more dynamic, can create a more visual appeal for the user. Right. Is there anything else? Okay, that's probably all I wanted to show you today. So let me hit done. Yeah, let's publish that. Great. All right, so we'll leave it there. So if you have any questions, about this tutorial, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Okay, so bye for now.